Hello my dear students, in this tutorial I am going to teach you a poem of many words in this word written by Cavendish. So let's begin with this poem.
Just like as in a nest of boxes round, degrees of sizes in each box are found. So in this world may many others be, thinner and less still by degree. Although they are not subject to our sense, a world may be no bigger than two pence. Nature is curious, and such works may shape, which our dull senses easily escape. For creatures small as atoms may there be, if everyone a creature's figure bear. If atoms four a word can make, then see what several words might be in an earring bee. For millions of those atoms may be in the head of one small little single pin. And if thus small, then ladies may well wear a world of words appended in each ear. This poem is written by Cavendish. Basically, in this poem, it is told that every word contains very other smaller words within itself, and those words further contain even smaller other words within themselves. So, the poet has made a comparison of this world to a nest of boxes where different kind of boxes are found within each other, and this world can be small, and even humans might not even sense their presence, but that doesn't mean they are not worth understanding. Here nature is defined as curious because it has shaped many such words, but our senses are too dull to take notice of them. In this poem, the poetess has taken so many examples of atoms. She has told that if four atoms can make up a word, then a number of words might be prevailing in an earring or a piece of jewelry. She further says that if millions of those atoms can be found in the head of a single pin, then a lady might as well as be wearing a world of word as a piece of jewelry in each ear. My dear students, in this poem there are main two poetic devices which are used. First one is a simile and second we have metaphor. Simile, in my last tutorial I have told you the meaning of simile, that simile is used to make a direct comparison between two things of different kinds. For example, she is as cool as a cucumber. Okay, and next we have another poetic device which is used in this poem, that is metaphor. Metaphor is basically a figure of speech that describes a person, an object, or an action in a way that is not literally true, but helps the reader to have a clearer idea of what is being discussed about. So, a metaphor states one thing to be another. Okay, for example, I reached the classroom, the teacher greeted me with a wooden face. Okay, so here wooden face is a metaphor. So I will be explaining you each and every line of the poem in detail. So my dear student, you pick up pencil, whatever I explain you, whatever I tell you, you just jot down side by side. First of all, you just find out the rhyme scheme and rhyming words of this poem. See, in first and second line, round and found, both have rhyme scheme. Then be and degree, both have same rhyme. Then sense and pence. Then shape and escape. After that, be, beer. Then see, be. In, pin, where, ear. It means two rhyming words are there. Okay, and the rhyme scheme will be AA, BB, CC, DD, EE, and so on. So this poem has been written with the structured and consistent rhyme scheme. This poem has been written within a structured and a consistent rhyme scheme, and it is following a pattern of AA, BB, CC, DE, DD, EE and so on throughout the entire poem. This rhyme scheme has been followed. So from one point of view, a reader might analyze this poem as being formatted within of sets of rhyming couplets. Couplets, you can say a set of 2 lines. Now my dear students, I am going to start the explanation of the poem. Okay, let's start. My dear students, I am going to take first 6 lines. Just like as in a nest of boxes round, degrees of sizes in each box are found. So in this world may many others be, thinner and less still by degree. Although they are not subject to our sense, a world may be no bigger than 2 pence. So here the speaker begins with this first section of lines of many world in this world with an initial metaphor. What is the initial metaphor? That regarding how she sees the world. See, while the inspiration for the metaphor is not immediately made known, it becomes clear by the end of this section. Okay, she speaks on how world come in many forms. They are like a nest of boxes. There are many different sizes, all of which fit together to form a whole. So the world, she states, may contain an innumerable variety of other worlds. These might be too small for one to see with their eye and may decrease by degree, getting thinner and less. But that doesn't mean that they are not there. They might be no bigger than 2 pence, but this doesn't decrease their value, okay, or worth. Now take line 7 to 10. Nature is curious and such works may shape, which our dull senses easily escape. For creatures small as atoms may there be, if everyone a creature's figure bear. Now in these 4 lines, the speaker describes how there is much about the world which escapes her and in general human understanding. There are many shapes which are so small like atoms which may be present, but all these are unseen. Here the speaker describes nature at first as being curious. The poet has chosen to use this word to show how life is both strange and as well as interesting. One may study or analyze one element for years and never fully understand it. Now, my dear students, I am going to take lines 11 to 14. If atoms for a world can make, then see what several words might be in an earring be. For millions of those atoms may be in the head of one small little single pin. So, in these 4 lines of many words in this word, the speaker continues describing the abilities and worth of atoms. She doesn't by any means disregard the part that they play in our existence. In fact, she stipulates that if 4 atoms can be taken, then imagine what else there could be. So the speaker has here moved beyond what is known to her and cast her thoughts out to further and more complex possibilities. She wonders what creatures and organisms could be living under her nose every day. Okay? Even some of these might be in an earring. Even the simplest item could contain thousands of lives. See how beautifully it is described in the last 2 lines, and if thus small, then ladies may well wear a world of words as pendant in each ear. Pendant is basically a piece of jewelry that hangs from a chain worn round the neck. So the word in these 2 lines, the speaker muses on the availability of these words and the fact that one could be function in and around them every day. She has taken an example of a woman's earring and how within it an infinite number of organisms could exist. She states that if this is the case, then a lady may well wear a word in a word within her jewelry, such as within a pendant in each of her ears. While this might sound so strange, it serves the poet's purpose in making the other worlds accessible. Okay, my dear students. Now I tell you the proper meaning of this poem in simple words, that this poem describes the state of the world and how it contains an infinite number of smaller words. Okay? The speaker has begun of many worlds in this world by stating that the world is like a nest of boxes. It is made out of different size boxes all placed within one another. So this nesting of world is a perfect metaphor for how the existence known to humankind lies on and within the existence of other organisms. So these other worlds might be, the speaker describes, smaller than a human could ever see. They might be thinner and less than anything yet known. So this doesn't mean that they don't exist. It also doesn't mean that they are not valuable or worth understanding. So in the next lines, the speaker makes a comparison between the size of an imagined word and a lady's earring. The world could be small enough to fit within or on a piece of jewelry. The speaker seems to marvel in this concept. She sees beauty in the fact that a world of creature, as she describes them, could fit on a pendant or on each of a lady's earring. So basically, in this poem, the poet has used abundance of metaphors to reflect its meaning. Okay, the idea behind the poem is that every word contains many smaller words within it, and those words further contain even smaller words in them, and so on. So, metaphors are used to describe the meaning of the poem and relate it to the reader, and then to imply a strong sense of our own place in this universe. The poem also holds strong implication of female empowerment. The similes offer a more direct comparison to objects that people have a strong perception, like boxes, atoms. So these words are used to make direct comparison. After that, we have metaphors, and these are used to convey a deeper meaning. They connect the reader to a comparison of words that exist within their own word, and to wonder about words that exist outside. From beginning to end, you can see in this poem there is abundance use of metaphors. Okay. In the end, the poem leaves us with three major things. Firstly, there is the idea that there may be other beings in the universe much larger and much smaller than us, an idea that we rarely even consider. The second thing is a question of our own sense of belonging in the universe and what power we hold for our own existence. Lastly, the poem has suggestions of female empowerment and the idea that the balance of our word as well as other words may depend on women more than society has come to believe.
Now, my dear students, write down the summary of this poem in your own words in your fair notebook. Okay, students, thank you and have a nice day.